Welcome to the Joysticks Canada Gamescast. It's Tuesday, December 1st. And we're recording live on twitch.tv/Joysticks Canada. But yeah, if you can't watch us live, check us out on YouTube later or podcast services such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. I'm your lovely bald host, Dan John, and I'm joined by Richard Marginson and Nick Van Vlymen, who is, his hair is ridiculous now, so he doesn't want to show his face, and Mark Nazamento of One Up
Very
Games
true.
fame. Um, yeah, there's, this week's kind of nuts. There's like a ton of tiny little stories and like news things that kind of came out of the woodwork. There's nothing huge at all, but there's a lot of really cool little things that happen.
Hold on. Are you saying that nothing big has happened? Are you kidding me?
What am I forgetting?
Cyberpunk, man. We've got less than 10 days.
Well, that's
till
okay.
Cyberpunk. Are you nuts?
If that's a news story, then I apologize.
Oh, well, hey.
The number of days until Cyberpunk is less than 10 now. That's the top news story.
Well, I think Richard posted that they're trying to maybe make the multiplayer standalone. I thought that was neat. I didn't hear about that before, and that's good.
So yeah, I actually snipped a bit from GameSpot because I literally read about it 5 minutes before we started chatting. So yeah, they were saying that it was going to be a standalone game. I'm assuming sort of like, I can only assume sort of like GTA Online, how that's become its own game. Or maybe more like Red Dead, how Red Dead Online is quite literally its own game now, where you can play it without even owning the single player game.
It is, but you didn't have to pay for it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the thing with Cyberpunk on like the multiplayer. If it's its own game, maybe you have to pay separate for it if you don't. Or if you own the game, you get it for free. But if you only want to play online, you have to pay $20 or I don't know. I have no idea yet. But on GameSpot, they're saying, Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer spin-off is not going to come out anytime soon. Like no surprise. And the last we heard, CD Projekt Red said you should expect to see it in 2022 at the soonest.
Wow.
And so I think they're like trying to hide it from even being a thing. Like I don't think they wanted anyone to even know about it. But I don't care. I'll definitely play it, obviously, but I'm not.
Of course.
I don't need it.
Whenever it comes out.
Whenever it comes out, I'll play it. I really, really don't need it right now.
So to be precise, we've got 7 days, 21 hours, and I'm going to round 50 minutes. 7 days. 7 days. Okay, well, I mean, let's round up. 8 days.
You might as well round it down to the nearest. It's 5 days. It's basically 5 days.
It's basically 5 days.
If you take away the weekend, it's 3 days.
Yeah. Business days, right? We're talking business days. Yeah. It's fine. This is perfect. Nobody cares about it.
Hit yourself in the head hard a few times. It's basically tomorrow.
It's basically tonight. It's whenever you want it to be.
You were mentioning a 3060 Ti. Is it because of Cyberpunk?
No, I'm gonna do Cyberpunk on the Series X. I think.
Okay.
It's the type of game I want to play on a bigger screen.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised you don't output to your TV, Dan.
I don't need to. I got like one of those Nvidia Shield TV things.
Yeah.
Which I primarily use as a Plex box. But anyways, like I don't know. I have a soft spot for consoles. I just like the interface and the fact that they're basically, you turn it on and you just play games on it. Whereas my PC, I'm sitting in front of it all the time doing work and stuff. I'm like, I want to get the hell off of it and concentrate on a game.
And that's ironic too, because the other day I had to tell a client of mine that I really had to back out of a project, and I was just like, you know what, I just can't do it. I'm in front of this things, more hours of the day that I have ever been, and I don't want to be sitting in front of it any longer.
Yeah.
It's not even about the money anymore. It's just I just don't enjoy it. It's ruined me almost.
As we sit in front of our computers.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we could broadcast from our phones, but I mean, 601. What?
Doesn't solve the
Half a
problem,
dozen
man.
of the other in case anyone's okay. Fine, that's all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's insane.
So speaking of the 3060 Ti, yes, it's I'm definitely going to try my damnedest to get one tomorrow. They go on sale at I think 11 a.m. or something.
How much are they supposed to be?
Well, $399 US. So I have no damn idea what that means in Canadian anymore. Like
Probably
I would say
$4.99 or
$4.99,
$5.40.
but it could be $6.29. I'd be like, yeah, whatever, sure. Like the
true.
exchange rate's all over the friggin' place. So, but yeah, none of the 3000 series cards are available. So it's like, this is just the third try that I'm gonna take at getting one. So. But yeah, that's out tomorrow. And I know Nick was saying earlier, I know Walmart's gonna be restocking the PS5 and the Series X on Thursday, the 3rd.
No, it was the Twitter post
Oh.
that I saw.
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing
I
some
saw that.
research of when they'd be doing the restocking. So on the official,
It's across multiple channels now. Yeah.
It's nice
So-
hearing it from the horse's mouth.
that's yes, we
Just
got
to confirm.
validation.
Yeah. And then this was actually kind of funny. Actually, really quickly, I don't know if you guys watched this or not, but the Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios in Japan. Did anyone see this?
Well, I didn't. I saw they did the announcement for it way back, and then they're like, we're gonna delay it, the opening of the park, until this year, like February this year. Or sorry, not this year, February of 2021.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any details about it. Like it looks kind of funny.
It looks
like
awesome. It's I watched like not a huge video. It was like a 10 or 15 minute long video of just kind of walking through the park and like all the different features and everything.
Nice.
It's really small. It's basically all Mario based. Like I don't even.
I figured that would be
The
the case,
reason they're
man.
calling it Super Nintendo World, there's gonna be like a Donkey Kong like land or whatever built right next to it,
Okay.
like in I don't know, a
That's
year
cool.
or two or something afterwards.
Here, that's awesome.
And
Is
but
there
it looks really cool. There's a Mario Kart. There's like a Mario Kart ride in it, which I don't know. They said they've been working on it for 6 years or something. I'm like, holy shit, okay. But
Has anyone been to the Mario Kart circuit in Niagara Falls?
I've heard it sucks.
Is that open now?
Yeah, I also heard
it
yes.
absolutely sucks.
So it's in Clifton Hills in
Yeah.
Niagara, and
It's been
so
open
that
for 2 summers, I think.
It's never
Two or
said.
three.
Yeah, it's right where that Ferris wheel used to be.
It's
Yeah,
I've
and
heard
it's-
it's shit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, is there a
Oh,
Dr.
never mind
Mario
then.
world where you have to battle COVID?
Ooh, now we're talking.
Huh?
That's what they should do for opening day. Just get like people running around with guns shooting pills.
Whoever wins gets the vaccine, right?
Yeah,
Like,
whoever
I
wins
think
gets the
that's fair.
cure, gets the anti.
ridiculous, man,
Oh, Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ. Yeah, one other cool thing. I don't know if anyone saw this, but it was the Xbox Series S and X. I think we talked about this really briefly last week, maybe about the fact that you can go into developer mode on the Xbox Series S and X. But the hilarious thing is there's a PS2 emulator.
And it runs it way better
You
than
can
anything
run-
they've ever done.
The PlayStation
PS2 emulator.
PS2
Get outta
games
here.
run on the Xbox Series S and X, and it runs better than on the PS5.
There's also the Dolphin emulator, and it does a great job of
GameCube.
it.
It does GameCube games
So,
phenomenally.
GameCube and Wii, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Say this again. You could put your console into developer mode.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You
Yes.
you download an app on your Xbox Series X called, I think it's literally
A
just called
legit one,
Dev
too.
Mode. It's legit. Microsoft released this app.
Yeah.
You can load this app, and it gives you limited access to all like the back end
Yeah.
stuff for the system. But the thing is, you can load RetroArch on there, or RetroArch, however you say it,
Yeah, RetroArch. Yeah.
Okay.
which allows you obviously to put, multiple emulators on there. So there's quite literally a PlayStation 2 emulator that got like a fast track by all these hackers or whoever the hell made it. And it runs a ton of PlayStation 2 games like really well.
Yep.
And I watched
So-
like a lengthy video of a guy walking through it, and I was like, holy shit! Like all these bullet hell shooters running flawlessly. There's like Ico he's playing all these PS2 games, and they run great. And a lot of them
They
are
look-
upscaled as well.
They look
Yeah.
better and they play better.
Oh.
I
It's
think the only
unbelievable.
limitation is there's only 2 gigs available
Mm.
that you could use on it.
Yeah,
So
the games can only
um,
be 2 gigs. Yeah, which PlayStation
so I think
2 is what Blu-ray, right? Or was it? No, it wasn't even Blu-ray. It was DVD.
no, it's
so
DVD.
DVD
and
said 9
CD.
gigs. 9 gigs was the maximum. I think it could possibly be.
And that wasn't there weren't too many games that did dual layer anyways. So, but the fact, I think
Tom.
they're trying to figure out. I think people were able to hack it in regular mode, so have this thing jailbroken, like developer mode.
Yeah.
They go out of developer mode with this program, and now they can actually load stuff using the entirety of the memory. And use a CD-based system out of it, so you could essentially pop in your CD games and.
Well,
DVD games
that
and it'd work.
that just ruins it, of course, now because Microsoft's going to patch the living hell out of that. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Microsoft's they're really on the fence about that kind of stuff. They're not like Nintendo where they're, basically Nazis about anyone doing anything with their properties. It's like Microsoft's a little bit more laid back, I think. Well, hell,
They
the
are,
fact
but-
that they even have this developer mode is indication that they're a little bit more laid back,
I could see them pulling off the developer mode if this gets out of hand.
Oh yeah, totally. Right. I mean, well, think
Yeah.
about the PS3, the Linux edition, right? I mean,
Yep.
they pulled that out just because people were doing too many things with it. They thought, oh, what the hell? People aren't going to do anything with it. It's a console. What are they going to do with it? Yeah, right. Okay.
Actually, it was a big thing for hackers. It was a really good machine for that shit.
oh yeah.
Linux-
Well, when it
Absolutely.
came
Like,
out, when it first
cell
came out,
processors.
it was just as good as most PCs at the time. It was like a really
Yep.
high-end machine.
And people would link them together and
Yeah.
make them into supercomputers
A
too,
little
right? So
bank, a little bank of rendering machines or whatever.
'cause those cell processors are still considered extremely powerful for their time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Actually, speaking of Series X, this was funny. I don't know if anyone saw this or not, but Skyrim on the Series X, it actually has mods now. But there's one called Uncap FPS. It's like just a fan made mod called Uncap FPS, but it allows the game to run at whatever the hell FPS. It's because it's locked natively at 30.
Yep.
But someone built this thing just to allow whatever the hell frame rate it can do, which is a hell of a lot higher than 30. But there's also a ton of other graphic enhancement mods as well that are for the game. And I had no idea. I guess this was just it's only on the Series X as well, so they must have done enhancements for the game from the Xbox One version or something. I don't know.
It's weird because PS4, I've got the PS4, whatever, enhanced,
Oh, the
not remastered, but it's like
special or
the
whatever?
enhanced edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's over there. Anyway, so that's when they introduced mods for the PS4 version. So I thought that was available on Xbox One as well.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe the special edition is the one with mods. I'm not really sure. I only ever played it on the original
probably
release, 15 versions of the game ago.
I think it was a special edition.
Right.
Yeah, okay, that might explain it. I never
Yeah.
actually played the special edition. Yeah, okay. I thought it was kind of neat though, just the fact that you could, because I think that's one of the big things with the new machines, right? Is a lot of the old games they had a coded in lock for 30 frames per second or whatever. So despite the fact that new machines could just destroy the game and make it run so much faster, it's like, no, sorry, we limited it to 30. Which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and that'll change. I mean, I don't expect Bethesda to be like, and now your Skyrim can they're not going to touch that. But I do expect a lot of first-party stuff will get that sort of treatment. I think I was reading God of War might actually look worse on disc, just because on the PS5. I can't remember the exact reason, and I haven't actually put my disc copy of God of War into my machine yet. But I'm sure there are no shortage of games that could do with that treatment.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Speaking of which, I've been like crazy addicted to watching Digital Foundry videos lately. Just like PS5 versus Series X and all this stuff. I don't know if you guys have been watching this or not, but I know like PS5 has been basically dominating for any of the games that are multi-platform. It's been dominating pretty much across the board, which is really strange, which is really weird because like Series X is the most powerful console ever. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Well, did you watch the Devil May Cry 5 one?
No, the special edition, right? Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Because that
watch
one was that one was really weird when it went into like 4K mode. And it wasn't the performance mode, like it was the graphic mode. The Xbox destroyed it.
Yeah. Okay.
But with other modes, all of a sudden, the PS5 one destroyed it. It was really weird. Like for some reason, when it was a higher demanding thing,
the Series X was like, well, I got this. I'm good.
Yeah, and then when it came down to like performance and all this stuff, it feels like there's something in the programming that's bottlenecking certain features.
Yeah.
Because in essence, it should be more powerful. The specs are almost identical, even like the hardware.
I know.
But the Xbox, I think, has a faster RAM base.
I know that the CPU clock speed I think is faster on the Series X, but like the SSD in the PS5 is a little bit faster or something.
Yeah.
So it's like if the game is heavily dependent on one thing and not the other, then it's going to be better. I'm like, well, what? So it's all because the thing is, I watched one literally today, which is counteracting like exactly what I just said, which is PS5 winning everything. It was Borderlands 3, and the Series X like slaughtered the PS5 across the board, like in every single mode. I was like, what the hell's going on here, man? Like, why is it so much different on both?
Could be one of those things really where weird. It was programmed initially for PS5 and then ported over.
And that's what they said it was. And the Xbox One and PS4 each had their own versions.
Yeah.
And instead of like updating and making a new version for the new machines, it's the PS4 version enhanced for the PS5, and the Xbox One version enhanced for the Series X. So it's like, it's all over the place. It's basically like, and I think we're gonna see that for the next like few months at least, where it's like old games getting enhanced. Because like even Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that game it started to get unplayable for me as soon as I got to England in that game, which is not really a spoiler at all. But like as soon as I got to England, it was like fucking VSync tearing like crazy. Like it was so obnoxious. I actually couldn't play the game.
Yeah,
like I could, but it was legitimately ruining the game for me. It was just really ugly to look at. I was like, what the hell, man?
Well,
and now they fixed it. Now they fixed it. Oh yeah, it takes you out of the experience, and that's as soon as you're like, why is that happening on the screen? I'm like, you shouldn't be asking that in a game.
No.
Like GTA 4, like the frame rate in GTA 4, I remember being dog shit, but it was like consistently dog shit. So I never really noticed. I was like, it was always 20 frames per second or whatever the hell it was. Whereas Assassin's
Creed struggled for 30.
Fuck, man, that game was a slideshow sometimes. But like the thing is, it was like it there was never any weird glitches or bugs really. It was just slow all the time.
Yeah, or like no artifact tearing or anything like that. So
yeah, no things flopping all over the screen and like no like it's anyways. But now they've patched it and fixed it. So Valhalla runs perfect now on Series X. It performs better than PS5 now. I'm like, what the hell? It's just like, I don't know. I think people are hastily just porting games to the new machines. Like, hey, let's get it on there and let's get it looking better. Who cares if it bugs out or gets all weird?
Well, you'll notice any of the games that's been on Xbox One X, and you move you move them over to your Series X. There's usually a huge like gigabits worth of patches or updates that go along with those games. Like Gears 5 was the most noticeable one where you have a huge patch that came with it, and it's actually tons of performance perks that are done within game so that they can leverage the new specs of the system. That stuff I like, but when it's just
ragtag piecemeal. I'm gonna
Just get it
choose
out, get
these
it out.
pieces or choose these games just to get them onto the system, so we have more game catalogs or more games in our catalog. It's not really beneficial to anyone, the gamer or the company, right?
Yeah.
Because you're just pulling the experience and making it crap for everyone.
Oh no, for sure.
Surprising because they had a lot of lead time for that, right? Like we've known about these consoles for how long, and
Yeah.
I know.
weren't ready.
Well, I think they do have like do we want to invest money into an old game? Will we get more sales from that game if it happens to be ported over on that new system? Maybe. Instead of like focusing on the future on what could potentially be a bigger hitting title. Like I would want a Witcher 4 over Witcher 3 being patched and playing on a new system.
Don't say that to Richard. He might argue with
Yeah, but I mean, in terms, yeah, I was gonna say, in terms of resources, though, like Nintendo is the king of this, right? Like everything that came out on the Wii U is now coming out on the Switch, and you're still going to buy it. Like you're gonna buy it, and it's gonna look better, but it's repackaged. It's $80, $90 again, and that's their MO, right? Like you can still get their first party games, even the Switch ones, for $90 or whatever. So. I mean, CD Projekt Red, as that example, would much rather just sell you largely the same game with some upgrades than invest another 8-year cycle or whatever the hell it's been for CP 2077.
Oh.
They like money.
Skyrim's the perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So don't get me wrong. There's some games that are like, yes, you patch them, they'll work great on the new system and they'll perform well, and they'll get tons of. Because they'll have a cult following behind them, right? So yes, people that are fanatics about these games or really enjoy the gaming experience, they're totally gonna eat that up on a new system. And then there's those of us that want a little bit more, something new, something different. Give me the new flashy flash, so I can dump my money in that instead of something
like that. The new flashy flash.
The new flashy flash.
There you go, your title for the episode there.
Flashy flash.
The new flashy flash. They
always have to be flashy flash.
Oh yeah, that new. Yeah, they always have to be stupid inside jokes that mean nothing to anyone except us.
I don't know if we could top the Karen.
Oh, that one was so good.
Karen for Shinobi or something like that. Don't
Karen about Shinobi.
Getting all Karen about Shinobi.
Yeah.
Getting all Karen about Shinobi.
That was hilarious.
I was going through my podcast feed the other day and I saw it come up and I was like, yeah, that was good.
Like, yeah, that was a good one.
That was the one.
That was the one.
Yeah. Living in the glory years, that's how I live.
Yeah, there was some other kind of mundane things that happened. New Series X system update. You can preload Game Pass games now. I honestly thought you could already do this. But apparently it's official. I'm like, okay. There's new dynamic backgrounds. I'm like, okay, sure. There's new Nintendo.
But that's like really small quality of life stuff, right? And while admittedly I've got my kids playing my old 1X upstairs, and then I've got the I guess the Series X downstairs, and it's the slight differences just in the dashboard. Just to kind of feel a little bit more updated. I mean, like, admittedly, is really a dynamic background that big a deal that couldn't exist on a 1X? No, right? But it's kind of like it's like a jab, right? To say, oh, you can't do it because you don't have an SX type of thing.
Yeah, get a new machine, you bozo. It's like, what? But, I don't know, it's... The whole preloading Game Pass games, I think before you could preload the the icon or whatever, because I did it for Dragon Quest 11.
Yep. 11S.
I quote unquote downloaded the game like a month ago, but it's not out until December 4th, I think, something like that.
But you are able to download a demo of that game now.
Really? For Xbox?
Yep, and then the save will actually transfer over.
Oh, damn you!
Well, that's like the changes to the game saves that they did for PS5, right? Or like PS4 to PS5. That was such a quality of life patch that happened. Now I was very pleased.
What was that?
Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, specifically Spider-Man. Yeah, like I don't. Oh man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being one of the many people who are like, shit, I guess I'll start over again. I was near the end of it on PS4. And then they're like, oh, by the way, now you can transfer your game. Like, wah! It's like there's 30 hours of my life I just lost because you waited to allow me to transfer my game save. That was, yeah, that was, yeah.
Is that available now, or is that not ready yet?
No, I thought I read in the headline that
ready
read the story that it's done.
Okay. So,
that came
now
out-
I'm going to install the remaster.
When we talked about it, it actually came out 2 days before that. We didn't know.
That's right.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Did you port yours
I
over?
can't remember
John?
how far into it I was.
What's that? Sorry.
Did you port yours over?
Not yet.
I'm disappointed, man.
I will be.
We just talked about it, John.
I will be. I will be.
I will not be playing
What-
Spider-Man
what else have you
until
been doing,
well
John?
after Cyberpunk. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to even start. I've Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Oh gosh.
and whatever the
Oh.
hell else, and then there's that Cyberpunk game next. What is it? Next Friday?
And then we've been
Spoiled
playing
for choice.
Divinity.
I am spoiled for choice. There's literally this year is just destroyed last year in terms of games. There's way too much stuff out this year. I'm like, just spread it out. Spread it out.
To answer your question,
Crazy.
I've been busy demolishing things in my backyard.
Oh, nice.
That's a likely excuse.
What game is that, John? Just kidding.
Sounds pretty manly, John.
Is that
Building something.
IRL?
Teardown.
Is that IRL, John?
Adulting extreme.
Tear down.
Called lumbar
Adult.
support.
That's the word of the day.
We should dedicate a segment every week to John's backyard. We can have like an update.
Or either that or
Or
Richard games Richard plays while he's peeing or going to the toilet or whatever. What was it again, Richard?
It was toilet time. Toilet time with Richard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toilet time with Richard, or what's John doing in his backyard?
There's only one segment of toilet time with Richard. Probably for the best, to be honest.
We can have another one today if you'd like.
I have not been playing anything new on the toilet. I haven't been playing much of anything new.
What? No Bullbusters 2019?
No Ding Dong XL.
BSTL 2012.
PSTL.
Are these all games that I should be aware of?
Ding Dong XL.
Okay.
Ding Dong XL is legitimately a game, and it's actually quite good.
Is that only for Apple or is that out for
It's Android,
as well?
Android, buddy. Yeah.
Nice.
I want to say it was free. I actually can't remember. I think it might have been $1 or something. It was totally worth it. It's a lot of fun.
People at IGM were raving about that game when it came out.
Well, it's really fun and it's super
Ding
competitive.
Dong XL?
Think
Dong XL.
yeah, think Geometry Wars, but insanely simplistic
Yeah.
Okay.
and
It's
incredibly
actually out for the
simplistic.
Switch too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can't imagine. It's one button. You literally press one button in that game.
Yeah, it's Ding Dong X as in the letter XL,
Yeah.
as in the letter L, like extra large.
Yeah, it's a super fun game.
Okay.
It's a super fun game. Anyways,
Well, there you go.
Stay
You just
tuned
got your
next week
toilet time.
for Richard's toilet time game.
Richard Toilet Time game. Ding Dong
Ding Dong
XL.
XL. Yeah, download it right now.
You know, I'm doing the same.
There
Oh,
you go.
99 cents. Bullshit.
There you go. It's for fuck.
There you go, Dan. Ding dong.
Fuck it.
One
They've already,
Ding
they-
dong,
they
man.
already-
Ding dong, man.
You get
Ding dong.
$1?
Ding dong, yo. I don't make a goddamn dime off of it. Just
Bullshit.
download the fucking game. It's really
A
good.
do-
It's
a
totally
dollar
worth it.
39 on Apple. I gotta.
That's 'cause
What?
that's- you gotta pay Apple
$1.39.
tax. You gotta pay Apple
You
tax.
can
for that.
save 51% on Steam, apparently.
Who's
I
the
prefer
publisher?
Apple Jacks to Apple tax, personally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nicker Vision Studios. Love that. That's funny.
Did you say Apple snacks, Mike?
At work?
Apple Jacks.
Apple
Bugs
Jacks.
That's an
Snack.
Apple snack.
Yeah, Apple Jacks. That was a good cereal.
It's all about
I'm now
Oh, but-
downloading Ding Dong XL.
all about bug snacks.
Oh fuck Bug
Oh.
Snacks. Fuck that game.
Get-
No,
No,
can't
Talking
do it.
about blood.
that is
Talking
forbidding.
About,
We
talking
can't,
about
we can't
Bug
mention that.
Snacks. Fuck Bug Snacks. Piece of shit. What was I?
Did you play it?
So we
I
were
played
talking
it.
about
I tried to
quality.
play it.
We were talking about quality of life upgrades, and one of those quality of life upgrades for Nintendo Switch was the firmware upgrade that they just did that allows you to share your screenshots to your PC and to your phone. Like, come on, finally.
Can you chat with people on the Switch using a Bluetooth headset? No, then fuck the Switch.
Amazing that they have yet to enable that. Is that a security thing because of their main demographic being likely less than 10?
Yeah, it's little tots, little little tots playing the Switch.
What was that?
I love Nintendo so much, but Jesus Christ, man, they're like in their own goddamn world. They don't care. They
don't
do
give a
whatever they
shit.
want. They do whatever they want, and they don't care.
What was that creepy character that was like showing up in kids games? Momo. Yeah, Momo.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh god. Oh, the fucking internet. And it turned out to be some Japanese sculpture or something like that. Yeah, the fucking internet.
The fucking internet.
The fucking internet. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been playing much either. Like, out of like anything out of the blue. Let me just see. It's really just been the same shit as usual.
Well, progress update. I made
you're looking.
Act 3 within Ghost of Tsushima, which was bloody fantastic.
Actually, speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, let me interject there, John. I did play multiplayer with you fine gentlemen for 3 hours or something that one night. I was like, where the hell did that time go?
Yeah, man. Yep. We basically power leveled you all the way up. It was good. It's fun times.
You know what? It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely had a fun time, but I'm much more interested in the single player, I think, of that game. Like the multiplayer is definitely fun, but I think similar to Gears, it was like I did Horde mode in Gears 5, I think, once. And it was a lot of fun. I was like, this is great. And then I was like, hey, I just want to play the single player now. Like, multiplayer games are weird for me. They have to be like, I don't know. They have to be more like you progress through something instead of just like waves of enemies. If you know what I mean. I totally get why you guys like it. I see the allure of it. And hell, I had a blast playing it for 3 hours straight. It was a lot of fun, but it was like it's definitely not for. I don't know. It might not be the multiplayer like horde mode in Ghosts might not be for me, but it was a lot of fun. I'd love to try the co-op though. The co-op mode, like the online.
Yeah,
whatever it is, a two-player co-op.
Yeah, that is a completely different feel to it because you're no longer, it's story driven, right? But I mean, it's less story driven than it is activity oriented, and really the tasks don't ever change depending on the I think the difficulty level, right? I mean, I think I tried doing it on gold once, and I got annihilated, just simply annihilated, and I was just like, all right, I'm clearly underpowered, but I think I did it just as I was able to play gold.
Yeah.
Thinking that I would be able to solo it in such my moronic state.
What they do add to the higher levels is, correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, the treasures that they add. Like you can, and then there's like when you go to the storyteller or the legends teller, he gives you gifts.
Well, he doesn't give you a gift, and what he does is he enables an extra if you want to call it a gift. He enables an extra layer of difficulty called the curse, and what you then have to do is avoid, and it's basically like these arrows that shoot down out of the sky. So it's just that extra level of difficulty that you could enable, but then you get a better treasure out of it at the end.
Okay.
Basically, play Ghost of Tsushima if you don't already. It's a really good game, and it looks insanely good on PS5 because I think I don't know if I had played it. I played it between last week and this week, I think. Anyways, the
HDR, buddy, HDR.
I never actually played it on PS4 at all, so I could never really compare it to what it looks like on PS5. But holy shit, man, it's a pretty looking game. Very, very nice. I think it's
Yeah,
4K, 4K 60
way better,
at least.
way better looking. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They patched it up to 60.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
good.
know. Oh, sorry, go on.
It's good. You know what's a better PS5 game though is
It's not Bugsnax.
Astro's Play. What's
Room?
that one called?
Astro's Playroom? Yeah,
Playroom.
yeah.
Playroom.
Yeah, you've
Which
been
is an
playing that
actual.
recently, right?
Yeah, I played that a ton this weekend and got up to. I beat kind of like the 4 or 5 main areas, whatever it was. Now I'm on kind of the final area. So I messaged the channel here, and it was just like, oh man, those last areas real hard. So it's taken a turn where I'm not sure if I'm actually going to see it through to the end, just being 2.5 days away from Cyberpunk. But I definitely enjoyed.
2.5. I love that.
I've really enjoyed it. Like, it's a phenomenal game.
Oh, I think it's the best game on the system right now.
Oh, by
Yeah.
far, man. I've had more fun playing that game than almost anything else this entire year, which is ridiculous.
Oh wow!
I've
It's just I
had
had a
so
grin
much
on my
fun.
face the whole time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so
even-
fun and happy and like just super polished. It's
controller-
insanely well done.
Controller feel too, like even when
Oh, it feels
he
incredible.
moves and he steps, you could feel it on the controller. And
Totally.
when you have to crush those bulbs from the
That-
crane game or whatever
That
it
was
is.
the most insane thing I've felt so far in
Yeah.
any next gen game at all. It was like literally just like you said, Mark, crushing the balls.
Yeah.
The balls. Ooh, balls, testicles,
Giggity.
like grabbing it,
Yes.
and then you get just that weird amount of resistance where you're like, what the hell? This is insane. It feels so weird and awesome. I don't know.
I did.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've only played the GPU jungle so far.
Oh,
And it was fun.
yes.
Like,
They're
Sounds
all
good.
good, man. Every level's good. The monkey level's the least good, but it's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that one was
Like
great.
where it's like you're scaling
That-
the
that-
wall
that
and
is the
doing this,
GPU
and like
jungle.
it's
Yep.
you're
Yep.
still laughing and having fun
was
doing it, but
literally-
it's the least fun of all of the levels. Like
I found
I was literally walking around the house yesterday singing the SSD song,
SSD.
which anyone who's played the game knows it just
SSD.
immediately just hit them right now.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful love letter. Like I've had each one of these systems. The PlayStation 1 was literally the first system I ever bought. I've ever owned personally new, and then the first one I ever bought with my own money. So it's just like there's each time you get to the end of one of these levels, there's like the boot up noise, or there's just something, or if you get the artifact, like you can go hop on it and press the power button. It does other things. It's just so much love and care in this little pack-in game. It was really, it is a ton of fun.
Lots
Maybe
of
I'll
small
just finish it.
details. So
Oh,
many.
So cool.
Yeah.
Michael, have you been playing anything different other than Warcraft? Oh no, wait, you've been
Yes.
playing it. You've been
Oh.
playing a bunch of new shit, haven't you?
Shadowlands?
Because you got your Michael's got his fancy
yeah.
new TV, so he's been checking out everything.
ooh.
I canceled my WoW subscription because I knew that that Cyberpunk is just around the corner, and I would have wasted like most of my sub if I had have kept it. So that's canceled. Not playing WoW right now. Playing a hell of a lot of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I think I've played like almost 30 hours of that.
So you're
wow.
you're 1/3 the way through the game then.
Yeah, not even halfway. It's
You could be
massive. It's crazy.
it's totally training to be a UPS driver in the future. You're fine. You're set.
Oh, like
Kevin
I'm
Costner in
adding
the
this.
postman.
I'm adding this to my resume. This is like real world experience, man. I know how to stack boxes now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun walking simulator. Holy shit! Like I can't believe I'm so late to the table on this game. It's ridiculous. But I'm glad I waited because the PC version apparently is the best version of that game, and it's one of the most gorgeous games I've ever seen. Like I'm just blown away, and that might be the HDR. It probably is the HDR.
Probably.
That engine's
It's
insane,
I mean,
man. The Decima
That's
engine,
much crazy.
That
Yeah.
engine's
like
nuts.
Horizon Zero Dawn was the same engine.
Yeah, Horizon was really, really nice. I actually can see that on PC now. I'm curious about what that's going to look like.
I've heard it's pretty goddamn awful, but
Well,
I don't know why, but
there's been some recent patches, so maybe it's
oh,
better.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna fix it for sure. Even if there's not an official fix, I'm sure someone will like a fan made patch or something like that, or mod will get released.
Yeah, it's a great game. I'm kind of spoiled because like I'm playing at about 100 frames per second on like G-Sync, and it's just like fucking butter, man. It's crazy how silky smooth that shit is. So any game that's like going to be knocked down to 60 frames a second is going to feel kind of like pleb territory now. So I don't know. It's good. It's like it's ruined me now. Like I can't play 30 frames per second fucking games anymore.
Oh, 30 frames per second? No way, man.
I played Control a little bit on Dan's recommendation, and that's got a hell of a lot of promise. I played about 2 hours. I haven't played a lot, but I've already got the Max Payne feel. Like it already feels very Max Payne to me.
Yeah.
It's such a weird game. It's such a weird game, but it's fantastic for it.
And just
Yeah,
a
I love the
little
environment destruction.
update. It's free on Game Pass this month, by the way, in case anyone didn't notice. Which
Cool.
is insane.
Not on PC though.
Is it the special edition?
Not on PC.
No, it's not the special edition of Fortnite. They're going to be coming out with like an updated next gen version of the game for Series X and PS5. But for the time being, it's just the regular game. But like, so I'm assuming it's gonna look relatively similar to what Mike's playing. Maybe not as good because you have a 3080, Mike. I think that Series X is more like equal to like a 3070 maybe. Which I don't know. Maybe
it's
like
AMD,
around
so
there.
it's probably like there.
I've been playing it on the on my 2070 here. With the RTS, and it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, but the frame rate does drop sometimes to like 48, 50, but I'm sure with more DLSS updates, they'll probably get it to a smooth 60.
Nice.
Mark, do you play with ray tracing?
I played it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That game looks insane.
I played it with ray tracing, and I played it with G-Sync as well. So I didn't notice the frame dips as much. I think that definitely helps. But yeah, I'm sure your 3080 will power through that all just no problem.
without a problem.
With DLSS for sure. Without it, actually kind of gets a little dicey.
It's
a pretty intense
really?
game.
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
if I do 4K native,
it's
it's 45 frames per second. I think without DLSS.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Really, still.
Yeah, ray tracing's a hell of a thing, man. Just
True.
annihilates video cards.
That's
Well,
true.
I know even with
even the regular lighting.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, the base lighting control is incredible.
Yeah.
Like without even ray tracing enabled. Like I played it back at launch when it came out on Xbox One, and it was like I was blown away even then. But I know with Miles Morales not Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered for PS5, they have the two modes, right? They have the performance and the resolution modes, and the resolution mode has the ray tracing enabled, and it's 30 frames per second, but it looks so fucking good that it's like, yeah, you probably want to play it at that mode, even if the other one's 60. It looks so much better at 30 frames per second. It's like, ugh, I don't know. If it's a locked frame rate and it never ever varies from that, it's not as bad as if it was 30 and it's dipped to 20 sometimes. I'm like, no, I can't do that. But I don't know.
Well, and you know what? This is where I'm going to interject, because I know with a lot of TVs they do have the ability. Like my old LG upstairs supports up to 240 hertz. And that was one of the reasons why I picked up the TV. Not that anything looks good when I set it to 240 hertz, because it takes the soap opera effect to the next level.
Smoothing, yeah, the motion smoothing.
Motion smoothing.
Yeah. And so this is where I think you can take some TVs that do have jitter control and motion smoothing, and don't crank it up to like 10, but take it up like one notch at a time. Because I've found that for every step that you use these filters or these updates, it does introduce a little artifacting that you can then control with like other settings. But I mean, like, again, you're artificially introducing predictive frames, right, to smooth it out. But in hindsight, if you want to go performance and you want that 30 frames because you get a better look to the game, add a little bit of smoothing. Like you do kind of capture that middle ground between performance and then better frame rate, even if it is artificial.
I think my big warning about that would be you're gonna get a hell of a lot of input latency if you use those features.
Oh yeah,
'cause it
yeah, you're right.
definitely.
But
There's
I'm
certain
not
games
saying
that
like
matter.
but don't like cram it to 10. Like I'm saying like use one, right? And see. And what are we talking about input latency? Like are we talking to like however many hundredths of a millisecond? You know what? Honestly, for even when I did have my TV set to those, I've never encountered issues with latency. So I think everybody's going to have a different opinion on it. If you're playing online competitively with like a Street Fighter game or a Mortal Kombat where you need that millisecond of input time,
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
If you're playing a game like Ghosts, online, I don't think you're really going to notice very much. But I mean, that's my own personal perspective.
You might gain a small advantage if you're playing online if you have a better monitor.
I remember playing the newer version of Prey on Xbox One when I first got my TV, which was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I tried all like the modes on the TV, like game mode and HDR mode and all this kind of stuff. And I remember using the game mode, and the input latency was so bad that it was like almost literally a full second from when I pressed the analog stick to the time. Like it was noticeable. That's how bad it was. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, I thought this was supposed to be like a game mode for playing games. So I've had it off ever since. But then I just started to use it on the Series X and PS5, and it's great. Everything runs. I don't know. Everything runs great now. I think it all depends on the software for the TV, and I think it depends on the actual machines themselves, like the source that you're spitting into the TV. I don't know. That's my theory.
Spit that into the TV.
Spit that shit. Anyone else playing anything crazy?
Just more progression into
Divinity 2.
Demon's Souls.
Oh, Demon's Souls. Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna join you guys this Thursday. I bought the game after we talked, and
Oh, Divinity 2. Yeah, Nick bought it.
Oh,
So
nice.
he's going to be part of our troop.
Woohoo, we're gonna have a,
So
we're
we
gonna
gotta
have a
we gotta
foursome.
hold. Yeah, we gotta hold Thursdays a little sacred for some Divinity 2. Maybe not the first Thursday, the second Thursday rather in December, the 10th, which may or may not be a date of relevance.
Be
but, you know,
prepared, Nick. Be prepared
subsequent Thursdays. Yeah.
Yeah, be
We'll
prepared. Be
we'll
prepared to
drop in.
spend an hour and a half on a single battle and then lose.
once they're on fire, right? Yeah, I've heard the stories
yeah.
about how much fire seems to do the bad things. In this
Yeah,
game.
and I've gotten better at not setting people on fire, like my own teammates.
very, very.
But like,
Like
nine,
Fire, yeah.
50% better. Yes.
like 9 out of my 8 attacks involve shooting fire at something, so it's kind of hard to
Let's say
stop.
yeah, you haven't necessarily gotten better at not shooting your teammates, but you've gotten better at hitting a higher proportion of enemies to teammates,
yes,
which I think is good.
that's
It's
a
a step in the right direction.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's more accurate.
Is that literally friendly fire? Is that what Dan was doing when he was playing with you guys?
That was more like
Accidental friendly fire?
it was more like hostile fire, not friendly fire.
It turns into a giant dragon, and then he just starts spitting fire everywhere.
I can't help
Crazy.
it. I
So-
can't
so
help
the
it.
question
It looks
Spending
cool. It
tone.
looks cool.
Should I be playing
great.
through some sort of early tutorial mission in order to get myself acquainted?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
long at all. It's like 30, 40 minutes maybe. You're in like a ship and it just teaches you the controls and like how to, yeah, it's not very long.
Yeah, but then you'll also get to know you'll get to know some of the characters, which is important because right now we've got 4 in the party. One of them is controlled by somebody, one of us essentially. So when you come in, you could take over that character, or all of those other characters are still on the island. Like we could kick that other character, and if you happen to be attached to a different character, we could get that character into the party. I don't think there's going to be any way to import the character that you'll build. I don't think. We should look into that.
Just giving myself an excuse to play something.
Yeah.
I'm less concerned about the nuances of character creation, and I've seen enough videos about some of the nuances about the different races and attributes that they have. I'm happy just to kind of pick whatever random group and just kind of go at it. I mean, the very likelihood of me dying quite often and setting adjacent people on fire is relatively high, and I might just do it despite all of you. Yeah, I might just do it despite all of you, and that sounds like, what was that Ghost Recon Wildlands game? Like we'd accidentally shoot a hostage and have to reset the level because of it, or it's like, oh shit, we shot down our own helicopter.
I definitely did that.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely did that to you guys multiple times. Yeah.
Trav will attest to me going guns a-blazing all the time in that. Basically Leroy Jenkins, like every single mission. He's like, all right, so we're going to stealth. I'm going to mark everybody. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it was... There's video evidence of this happening as well.
There's video of us hopping in a tank and just plowing through.
A fucking minigun. It was like...
It was so good.
Let's be stealthy. Let's be stealthy.
I will say that I did like flying those helicopters, though. That was enjoyable.
It's a fun game, man. It's a fun game. All right, boys. It's that time of the show where we do this little game.
Dan,
What?
You have not been following your own show notes. John had all these movies he wanted to talk about, and all of these.
We're not talking about that. We don't have time. We don't have time. We gotta.
We don't have time.
It's a tight ship. We gotta keep going.
Jesus Christ.
No, hey, I just put those in as here's some suggested items to talk about.
Well,
there's
if Dan would
there's
post
83
show
stories
notes,
he posted in there. We don't have time for 83 different stories.
You know what? Listen, when you have no show notes, I guess that's what happens, right?
Oh, fucking! I'm
Hey,
gonna.
Dan, can you just
notes?
pin it to the channel or something? Like, what the fuck?
Say,
Seriously, I'm searching furiously for these show notes. I can't find them anywhere.
Fucking internet much?
That's the show, everybody. Good night. See you next week. All right, but seriously, video game 20 questions, fellas. It is starting in 1 second, which is now.
Oh damn!
Who's our quizmaster?
That would
Is it
be
you,
me,
Dan?
sir. That would be me, sir.
Oh.
The game this week is not BioShock Infinite.
A really good hit.
Better not be.
Actually, I'm gonna say that every single week. The game is not BioShock Infinite.
Hey, Dan.
Dan, is this a... Yep. Go ahead.
Was this game released before the year 2000?
Yep.
90s game.
Yeah,
Or 80s.
2000.
Was this game released after 1990?
It was.
90s game.
Nice.
Oh,
Nailed it.
should we ask if it's PC or console?
That's a great question.
Or east or west?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
East or
was
West.
going to do East or West next.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, is
Yo.
this a Western developer?
No. Yet. 9.
We had what?
It's probably
Sony,
Japanese.
Sony,
Probably.
Sega, Nintendo.
Hey, Dan, is this a console exclusive game?
No.
Hmm.
Dan, was this game part of a series?
No. That's
And
5.
So not a console exclusive.
And did this game come out on disc-based media?
It sure
Ooh, that's
did.
always a good question. Good question, man. Disc-based media. We got Sega Saturn. No. We're talking 90s.
We could ask if it's by different bits. If it's 32, 64, 128.
True.
Could still be Sega CD. Couldn't it?
Those-
Yeah.
What was Vita, right? Because that would have been the last of the handheld discs.
But
right?
that's not
I
as
mean,
It's disc,
well. Oh, PSP, man. PSP.
PSP, right.
PSP. That's disc-based media.
It is.
But it came out in the 2000s, so PSP's gone.
Yeah, right. Good call. Yeah.
So it could be
Um,
GameCube, could be PlayStation, could be PlayStation 2.
it could still be PS2.
Dan, was this? And it's like, Dan, was this a first party game?
Yes.
Hold on. Not
So
exclusive.
first party game
and...
that's not console exclusive. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Can't be many of those.
There's still
Could have
quite a
been,
few.
it could have been ported to other systems later, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Could have been a console
Um,
exclusive at the time. Or would he have given us that hint? Like, would he have said it was? How nice would he have been to us?
Okay, so we know it's not N64. We know it's none of the handhelds because they all use cartridges.
Yep.
So that leaves us with Dreamcast.
Yep.
Wait, Dreamcast was it 99 or is 98?
September
So
9th,
it leaves us-
1999.
Yeah, but it's
99, yeah.
between
Yeah.
90 and 2000, so it's still good.
PS2, wasn't it? Was it at the end of 99 or was it 2000?
That was before
PS2?
2000.
Yeah.
Was it?
For the
No,
PS2.
I think PS2 was 2000.
I think it was
When was-
2000, 2001.
What was
Oh, okay, so it's PS1.
Yeah, because
if
Dreamcast
anyone.
had like a full year before PS2.
Yeah, so there's Dreamcast,
Is
PS1, Saturn,
Saturn,
Yeah, 2000.
Sega
um,
CD.
Sega CD. It could be Jaguar CD, but no one plays Jaguar.
Yeah, he could be an asshole and chosen
Yeah.
that.
We could.
Well, no, but
we
it's
could still
not. It's a console. It's not a con. Well, sorry, it is a
It's not.
console exclusive. No, it's not a console exclusive. So
but it's first party.
yeah,
So I was gonna
TurboGrafx
say,
have a
we
CD-based system as well.
could ask.
It did.
no. What?
Yeah.
TurboGrafx?
TurboGrafx CD. I have a Turbo Duo, which is a mix of both.
Right. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
Richard, you're saying?
Ask the PC question, right? Because the console exclusive could be a first party developer, right? It could be Sony, but then they pushed it out onto I don't know some other console. If it's also available on PC, then that would kind of further, I guess, it would further expand. But if it's not available also on PC, it would further narrow, right? Then we know it's exclusively on whatever the group of consoles that you guys are all discussing. Because right
but
now,
I mean,
all we've asked
between
is it on
90,
one
yeah,
console?
but between 90 and 2000, really PC. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can ask the question. My guts tells me that it's probably not anything on a PC, but
I think didn't Metal Gear come out? Wait, Metal Gear Solid. What year was that?
The first
Yeah,
one?
but there's
That
also
did come out on PC. I think,
PlayStation
didn't it?
1, yeah.
96?
95, 6?
is it Diablo or Diablo 2 that came to PC first and then went to console? I think it was Diablo 2 that was on console that went to PC.
I think it was 2, yeah. I don't think Diablo 1
Diablo
was
2
on.
never came out on the console.
I think Blizzard is not an
Was
Eastern
it 1
developer.
then?
Diablo
it's not
1
Diablo
did. It came
2.
out-
Yeah,
Diablo 1 came out for
yeah.
PC first, and then it got onto PS1.
Diablo
wouldn't be
2 was
Blizzard,
June
right?
29th, 2000.
So,
Yeah, but it's also supposed to be an Eastern
Eastern
developer.
developer.
Ah,
So
Blizzard's that.
Dan, does this game have 3D graphics?
Yes.
Good one.
3D graphics, okay. So not Sega CD.
probably not. There was a few 3D graphic games on Sega CD, but very limited. Sylpheed used 3D in it, so technically it's a 3D game. I think we should just go by major developers. Like, was it on a Nintendo system? Was it on a Sega system? Was it on a Sony system?
I don't think it wouldn't be Nintendo, would it?
No, Nintendo, because Nintendo didn't have CD stuff until GameCube, which was 2000.
Right.
Should we ask the system or the developer, right? Because we know it's a
think-
first party developer, so you could ask
I
developer.
say system, because then we could whittle it down further.
System would help. What do you think? I mean, there's tons of PlayStation games. The
No,
odds
I-
are for
But it's not
PlayStation.
a console. It's not a console exclusive, though, right? So if he says yes, it's on a Sega system, that still doesn't necessarily mean it was developed by Sega, right? It could
Could be like
it
a
could still be
Street
developed by
Fighter Alpha or
Sony, but
something like
for the
that.
Sega system.
But also
Street Fighter
consider
Alpha
that this
came
was
on multiple
yeah.
systems, right?
But consider this was a one-off game, right? It was not part of a sequel or part of a
Oh
series.
yeah, not part of a series. Shit.
There
Yeah.
was quite a few PS1 games that came out for Dreamcast, like Tony Hawk, but it
Series.
didn't come out for Saturn, right?
Could be something like Crazy Taxi.
Was there only
Crazy
one?
Taxi only came
That
out
had
for
a sequel.
Dreamcast at that point, though.
Yeah.
There are 2 Crazy Taxis as well.
You guys got lots
Where's
of
the-
questions left. Just saying.
oh, Crazy
We're
Taxi.
trying to be wise. Trying to be
Crazy.
smart.
Oh, it's 2 and 3, right? There's 2 and a 3. Never mind.
Yep, yeah, they made up to 3. But the first one wasn't ported
I
until
never
it went
played 3.
to PS2 and GameCube, so that's out.
I was just like,
Do we want to talk about like genre then?
sorry, no, we were talking about trying to eliminate
let's get
which
the
developer, right? So, hey,
Yeah, let's get the
Dan, was this a Sega game?
Yes.
Nice. Good.
Okay.
Good fucking job, bro.
High fucking five.
So,
That doesn't mean
did Jet Set Radio come out for multiple consoles?
Yeah.
Jet Set Radio had a sequel,
No.
but it didn't come out for anything else, and it was only started on Xbox. So that's out of the realm because that's 2000 plus. If
Mhm.
it's Sega and it was multiple consoles, though.
Could be multiple Sega consoles.
Yeah, well, Sonic is like across everything, but that's also a series.
But it's not part of a series. Yeah. That's a good point. Hey, it could be multiple Sega consoles.
It would have to be a one-off on multiple Sega consoles, though, which is kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
It would be a port.
Seaman.
If anything, right?
It's gonna be Seaman. Oh my god, it's Seaman. Dan, do you use a peripheral in this game?
Do you use a peripheral, like as in what? Like
Like a
instead of,
special
instead of
controller,
the
or like
typical instead of the typical controller?
Or in conjunction with, yeah, peripheral.
Like a yoke.
Fuck. It's hard to answer this. Like you can, but you don't have to.
Oh Jesus, I know what game it is.
I have a feeling I know.
It's totally Seaman. You didn't have to use the mic to talk to the Seaman, but
Yeah, you did.
you didn't have to.
No?
You could do everything on the VMU. You didn't have to use the mic.
So my
The
favorite
mic
game
plugged
in
into
the
the
world,
VMU
Nights
port.
into Dreams. There was an analog controller that came for that, but you didn't have to use the analog controller, if I'm not mistaken, right?
There's also Sega Bass Fishing, which had the fishing controller.
But you didn't have to use
Yeah.
it.
That's
No.
a series though, isn't it? The bass fishing? I think that one's been done before.
They sort
Maybe
of.
now we get into genre.
There's other ones. They never made a direct sequel to the Bass Fishing, but they made like Sega Marine Fishing and Sega other fishing, but they're not technically sequels. There's also Samba de Amigo, which
that's-
was a Maraca game.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Sega had
Hey,
a lot
Dan,
of.
do you control a single character in this game?
Yeah.
You seem
I mean,
very
it's not
unsure
Knights
about
because
that.
Knights is two characters, right? Yes.
Well,
Let's
so
see
when you
if it's
say
a boy or
Never
girl.
played mine.
do you control a single character, like when you say single character, are you saying like if you're
I don't
not
mean their relationship status. I mean, you control one character. That's all I'm asking. a
at
single
like
one
at
character.
at a time?
No, one character is one character, not at a time.
Because like
It's like a Mega Man.
Controlling multiple
one
characters throughout the course of a
no,
throughout
because
the
like
course of
Lost
the game is
Vikings,
controlling
you
multiple
control
characters.
one guy at a time in Lost Vikings, but there's 3 characters that you can't
That's
control.
multiple. That's multiple characters. I think.
That's multiple characters.
In Lost Vikings.
That's the same thing as saying GTA 5 is a single character, even though you control 3 characters throughout the story. No, it's multiple characters. You just control
Like,
one at a
okay,
time.
well, okay, then do you control a single character? No.
Richard, in the future, we can rephrase it as: can you select more than one character in this game?
Or can you be more than one character?
Yeah.
Sometimes these ones are the fun ones, though, because it gets him to give us more information than he needs
Definitely
to.
did.
which is the
As
other
long as you
problem.
don't ask, do you fight aliens, where he really just doesn't understand that question.
Dan, is this
Yeah,
game
no
by
kidding.
Sonic Team?
Do you fight?
Yes, Mike.
Oh, the game's by Sonic Team. I wonder what game.
Yeah, it's either yeah, it's probably
It's
nice.
Nights into Dreams, which is just fucking absurd. The terrible game.
Nights
Dan.
in the Dream- I have no idea what game that is.
Dan, do you fly into circles into this game? In this game, do you fly into circles? Just right into them?
Do I fly into circles? Please,
Yeah,
I
it's a
need you.
little-
I need you to elaborate, Mark. Yes, you do. You do fly into circles in this game.
There you go, Michael. You want it?
Dan, is there a really fun Christmas mode in this game that you were really excited about?
Yep.
Is this game Nights into Dreams?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now I know why you invited me onto this episode.
It's so funny.
I am absolutely atrocious
No
at
idea what game
anything
that is.
Sega. I've never owned a Sega system, and looking at Night into Dreams, I've seen the photo of this, but I can't say that I've ever played this game.
Yeah, it's a Technicolor nightmare. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
Once
It
you-
I
definitely
loved it.
looks like
I
one.
absolutely loved it.
Dan, you
Hang on.
could go into developer mode
dude,
Put on the
dummy,
Wii
this is part of
emulator.
a series.
and then play Nights on the Wii, which
This is
is
definitely
part of a series.
series.
Hold on, Richard. What? This is part of a series?
It's absolutely part of a series.
What, Nights into Dreams? Not really. They have that new game coming out that doesn't have anything to do with it.
No,
It's
they
not
made a
even part of
Nights on the Wii. They made
Yeah,
Nights
they
for
made
Wii.
Nights on the Wii. That's
Same-
where I
same
that's
game.
where I played it.
It's a separate game.
Oh, it
It's
might
a
have been.
sequel.
Okay, it had the same title. You're right.
It was a sequel?
No, there's no sequel.
Yeah, Journey of Dreams. You're right. That's it. Journey of Dreams.
Oh, fuck
Yep.
off.
I thought that was
It's a
a, I thought that was a remaster. Like
The sequel to the 1990. All you have
Yep.
to do is Google your own title, and it comes up in the sidebar from Wikipedia.
Dude, I saw
Yeah,
that
the sequel
game
to the 96 Sega
one
Saturn
year.
title.
we can't call it foul because we still got it. It's fine. Like it's all good.
You did a good job at Quizmaster, Dan. Thank
Oh,
you so
shut the
much
fuck
for
up, John.
hosting.
Chuck another one up for aliens. Is this part of a series? Maybe. I don't know. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
Dan.
So glad I paid that compliment.
Oh, fuck. Now I want to play this. I didn't even know this existed.
You
Dude.
really know?
You got an emulator now on your Xbox.
I do.
Go for
I
it.
do want to play it. I never got to play this.
This one was better than the Bioshock
There's
Infinity.
an emulator on his Xbox. Like, what do you,
The
developer mode.
reviews are shit, but
that's cool. Damn.
wow, very interesting.
Now you know what game you need to play between now and Cyberpunk. Nights, Journey of Dreams.
It wasn't
Hope
very
there's a
good,
Christmas
Dan.
Get it on
mode.
Dolphin.
That would be so
I've
festive.
never even heard of this. I must have just cast it off as being just the same goddamn game, just on the Wii.
I thought it was
It's a
a
terrible name, so I wouldn't blame you.
Because Nights came out on fucking everything, like PS2, PS3, Windows 360, Saturn.
Well, yeah, like downloads though, and the Windows I think was a disc-based version.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I honestly didn't even know. Because I wasn't going to count Christmas Nights as a sequel, because it's not. It was literally a free
Demo disc.
demo disc. Yeah. So there you go.
That's funny.
You learn
Yeah.
something every day.
We did that one in less than 15 minutes, which is pretty impressive by our
Yeah,
standards.
no kidding, right?
Yeah, the entire podcast has been
Yeah.
an hour and 10 minutes or so, which is incredible.
Not bad.
We'll be back next week at what the hell? The December 8th.
A countdown to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and December 15th. I definitely want to do one December 15th just to get everyone's
Yeah, I think we have
initial
to.
thoughts on Cyberpunk, because that's going to be pretty wild. I'm pretty sure every
When are we
single
doing
person here
our-
is playing it, right?
Yeah.
Are we doing our Game of the Year edition on the 22nd or the 29th?
Thanks. Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say, like, I like doing Game of the Year stuff, like, after the whole year's done, but let's face it, there's nothing else coming out after Cyberpunk. Apologies to any game that is actually coming out after Cyberpunk. You don't matter. But yeah,
I
so
don't think
like
there is
the
anything else coming
22nd,
out.
the 22nd would be fun because it's like,
Yeah.
I think everyone's work is likely winding down by then, so we might have some time. So I know my last day at
we
work
should
is the
do eggnog for
23rd.
that
So
episode.
ooh, eggnogs.
Well,
I
let's
hate-
see. Oh, the medium is coming out December 10th.
Oh,
What?
that one.
It's
yeah,
coming out
yeah.
the same day as Cyberpunk.
Bad idea.
What the
Very
fuck?
ballsy.
I actually
Very
want to
ballsy.
play that too. I legitimately want to play that game.
Well,
I do
Cyberpunk
too, actually.
was delayed twice.
That's
So-
true. Yeah.
Sure.
There might be a
Say,
Game of the Year
that shit
contender.
That's still the game. That's still the game. you
What,
get
the
out of
medium
it.
might be a game of the year contender.
There might be a Game of the Year contender. December 23rd. There's a game called Who's Your Daddy for the PC and the Xbox One.
Wow.
Oh, is that the one where one person controls the
Who's
baby
your
and then
daddy?
the other one controls the dad?
I don't know.
I have a feeling that's what it is, which looks.
That sounds
it's
great,
so
though. I kind of want
funny.
to play that game.
And like,
Yeah, you're right.
if you play as the baby, your whole point is to try to kill yourself.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
try to
not
like
even joking.
you try to like grab electrical sockets.
really good.
and-
Climb into the oven.
Is it made by the Happy Wheels guy?
Okay.
I'm not
No,
even sure.
isn't Who's Your Daddy already out for PC?
it is
the-
out for PC.
Well, I
Maybe it
guess
was
it's coming
early
out for
access. You know what?
Xbox.
Maybe it was early
Uh,
access for PC, and it's like the official release or something.
Yeah,
That
you
game
could-
looks
you could,
goddamn hilarious, though.
It's $5.70 on Steam.
Game of the year right there. Sorry,
Sounds pretty
Cyberpunk.
good.
Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
Not a tuba.
Not a tumor, etc., etc. All right, we'll see you next week.